Hey, everybody, listen, happy Friday, okay? It's Friday night. Are you having a good day so far, or did y'all have a good day? Because it's kind of late, right? It's Friday night. Listen, guys, it's Friday night trending topics. I'm trying to get comfortable here. Okay, it's Friday night trending topics, and it's a hairy situation. Mhm. It's a hairy situation. That is the title of tonight's trending topics. It's a hairy situation. Yes, it is. We got Joselyn Hernandez. You know, last year, sometime in 2023, she beat a girl down. Now she beat up. She beat the girl down. Beat it down after what was some boxing fight, back boxing match or whatever. Beat her down. Uh-huh. Put her hands on the popo, the police. And they put her on probation. She got probation. So I'm saying to myself, this girl done beat somebody down. I'm blurry. Am I blurry to everybody? Am I looking blurry, everyone? So she put her hands on someone, beat her down, put her hands on the cops. And she gets probation. You got Jonathan Majors who ran from somebody. Everybody's saying I'm blurry. What's going on with that? Shan, I look blurry? Juanita said, yes, I look blurry? Oh my God, what's going on? You know, to me, I look fine. Yes, I thought it was me, my screen. A little bit, Shan said. Let me go down. Robin said, yes, blurry. What the heck? So in my opinion, I'm blurry. Everybody say I'm blurry.
You were before. You look okay now.
All right. The Tiny said just a little. Okay, I gotta keep. You know, Friday nights have been a little crazy. Every time I do Friday night, the system act crazy. Well,
It's
I'm
the
gonna keep.
Hernandez.
Better now. They say I'm better now. Okay, let me keep going. With. Okay. So she put her hands on somebody. Thank you, Sharon. She put her hands on somebody, and she gets probation. Jonathan Majors didn't touch no cop.
Not just somebody. She be up the cops too.
I know. He running for blocks, and he could face up to a year. It's a hairy situation, but we're going to talk about it. Alyssa Milano. Well, listen, she's a millionaire, and so is her husband. So her son baseball team, they need to go away. They need to raise $10,000. They got to GoFundMe. And she asking the regular folk to donate. Girl, bye. Too much is given, much is required. Go to your bank account and get the money out and send the team where they got to go. Asking me for my $5 and $2 and y'all got it. People are insane. Then we got this young lady. She decided, she said shaving was too much for her. Says she not shaving no more. And whoever get with her, if they got a problem with it, she gonna leave. She ain't dealing with them. She says she will not fall into the society norms. She's not shaving anymore. It's a hairy situation. Bye, Alyssa. People, the nerve of people. She's still getting checks from Aaron Spelling Charm. Come on now. When that show was on, the people loved that show. And I really thought she had some type of beauty business. Isn't it baby products? There's some celebrity that have this. I think the company's called Honest. And it's like baby products. Now I know I think she was getting sued or she sold it, something. I gotta look it up. But either way, the girl got cash on top of cash on top of cash. Why are you asking us for $5 for your son to go play baseball away? But they say that's how the that's just okay, that's her, that's Justin Timberlake's business. Are y'all sure? Y'all gotta get this right. Oh, Honest isn't her company. Okay,
yeah, no, her company is called Touched by AJM.
What kind of stuff is that?
It's high-end female sports fan stuff.
Either way, though, she has money.
Yeah, and she got these folks donating. She almost reached her goal too.
Well, sure, she's gonna reach that goal. But you know what? You're not getting my $5. And then now this is not saying, okay, I got you. Thank you, Robin. Now this is not saying she didn't, but they couldn't find at the time of the article, they could not find the donation from her. It's your son team. You ain't going to donate $1 or $2. Listen, guys, it's Friday night. Let's get this train and pull this train all out the building. I need a what in the chat? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. We're boarding the train Friday night for trending topics. And it's a hairy situation. Y'all ready to talk?
Her company website too, Diva.
Huh? Okay, thank you. Listen, it's Friday night trending topics. It's a hairy situation. Are y'all ready? Buckle your seatbelts, okay? Because we're going to bring the people on in the building, and we're going to have a conversation tonight. All right, now, hey, Katrina.
Hey, love. Hey, panel. Hey, everybody out there in Diva Land.
Hey, hey, E.
Everybody. Hola, hola.
And hey, buddy.
Hey.
Hey, 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 Tay Tay.
Hello.
Hey, everybody. Listen, we're going to get into it. It's Friday night. Now, you know what? Joselyn Hernandez, she's a whole, what do you call it? A whole terror in these streets. She messy. I mean, when I say she beat this girl down last year, she beat the girl down. And people was begging. Well, the guy filming was begging. Somebody stop her. Somebody help this young lady. Where's your people? Who's with you? Come on. He was saying help. And she put her hands on the cops. And they gave her probation. Now, I think a little more should have happened. But you know what? They gave her probation. They're going to let her, she can still go do her cabaret shows. As long as she talked to her probation officer. I hope some fines and something attached. This is a mess. I mean, let's talk about Joselyn. And it's 2 years probation. Did my story go away? Let me see. Where'd she go? Where'd Joselyn go? Hold on. Here we go. Joselyn. So Joselyn Hernandez is sentenced to probation after backstage beatdown of her rival, Big Lex. And I mean, when they say beatdown, it was a beatdown. Joselyn Hernandez has finally learned her fate following that wild 2022 fight backstage at a concert in Miami. The reality star will have to maneuver carefully now that she's been sentenced to 2 years probation. She needed more for this. This day was brutal. It happened June 2023. Listen, I hate to even play this. It was so brutal, but we're going to watch. Hold on one second.
Know this technique.
This girl fighting every motherfucking body in here, man. Joselyn Hernandez. Joselyn Hernandez fighting everybody in this bitch.
The white shirt is Joselyn Hernandez.
That's the whole right. Hey, man, somebody stop that shit. Hey, stop that girl, man. She killing that girl. Hey, bro, stop that shit, bro. Stop that shit.
You ain't even doing nothing. Come on.
Stop that shit, bro. Man, y'all ain't shit, bro. For real. Hey, I'm good, but they letting this girl beat the fuck out of this girl. Hey, yo, stop the shit, bro.
Now, how you gonna talk to a lady like that?
Hey, come over here. Get over here. Get out of here. Hey, who you with? Hey, yo, get her out of here, bro. Hey, get her out of here. Big man, get her out of here, bro. Who is this girl? What the fuck is security? Hey, Joselyn. Hey, stop the fight, bro. Get her out of here. 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 Go, get her out of here. Joselyn, baby, stop, please. Man, Joselyn will not stop fighting this bitch. She won't stop. She won't stop fighting, bro. Hey, my man. Just get Joselyn, man. Get Joselyn. Hey, get that girl out of here, man. Hey, get her out of here. Come on, bro. Get her out of here. Ain't no fucking security. Hey, yo, who you with? Goddamn, who you with?
Oh, no, not now.
Who she with, bro? She need to get the fuck up out of here.
That part.
I mean, that 2 years probation, that was wild. So TMZ Hip Hop obtained docs of Joselyn's plea deal that lies out the terms of her sentence. She ended up pleading no contest to a slew of charges, including resisting an officer with violence, battery on a law enforcement officer, and more, after prosecutors say she hit the officers trying to keep from plummeting at Let's. Now how, Hold on.
If the car's there, tell her go home, and that's it. All right? Tell her go home now.
Hey, my man, you gotta come out.
Touch you. I don't want no white man.
No one's gonna touch you.
Shut up, bitch. You shut up, bitch.
Why?
You
Hey,
motherfucker.
get back.
Touch you.
Hey,
That's it. Do you want? Y'all gonna kill me?
Now you go.
I got it.
Give me your fucking hand.
I got it. Y'all want to kill me, don't y'all, bitches? Y'all want to kill me? You fucking.
Give me your hand. I got it.
You
Relax.
fucking.
I got it. She ain't gonna.
You ass bitches.
There you go.
You gay. You gay bitches. If you kill me, you all gonna die.
Nobody wants to hurt you.
If you kill me, you're going down
Nobody
first.
wants to hurt you. I'm not a
You're going down first. You're going down first.
Alright.
All my motherfucking
Get her up. Get her up.
Torito te van a morir. Torito, ustedes se van a morir. They save your mother, bitch. They got you.
Hey, grab the leg. Let's go. We're gonna get more charges.
Don't you tell me.
All right.
Let go of me.
Don't kick. Stop kicking.
Oh,
Stop
no.
kicking.
Let go of me.
Stop
I'm
kicking.
gonna. Let go of me.
Stop. Hey,
Let go of
cut
me.
it out. Stop.
Let
Cut it
go.
out.
Hey, let go of me right now.
Stop kicking.
Hey,
Are you gonna
you
stop
look
kicking?
at me.
Are you gonna stop
Yes,
kicking?
you let go of me.
Are you gonna stop
You
kicking?
tell me to let go of me
Are you
right
gonna
now.
stop kicking?
Yes.
Stop. Stop kicking. Stop kicking. Stop kicking.
Hey, look at me. Look at me.
I gave you the
Look
chance.
at me. No.
Hey.
Hey.
Chill.
Grab a leg.
All of this gets 2 years probation.
Y'all going to jail. Y'all going to jail. You won't have a job tomorrow. You won't have a job tomorrow. Look at me, motherfucker. Shut up.
I don't care.
Shut up, fucking white. Shut up.
Keep going.
Shut up, white. You won't have a job tomorrow, you racist bitch. You wanted a bitch.
At this point, you making it worse. Stand up. Stand up. Come on. Stand up. Stop. Let's go. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up.
Don't take it worse. Hey, look at my head. All right. Me.
I'm ready to go.
Fucking dirty bitch. Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. Don't you fucking touch me. It's that dirty ass. Don't you fucking touch me. Dirty ass. Don't you fucking.
Yikes. The Love and Hip Hop Miami star will now be subjected to random drug testing and will have to enroll in a 29-week batterers intervention program class online to learn how to better de-escalate situations. Joselyn is also barred from having contact with the victim and the victim's family and will have to write a letter of apology to the officers, to the deputies involved in her arrest. That's it. As we reported, Joselyn grew enraged after Floyd Mayweather and John Gotti III's exhibition bout and was basically accused of creating her own boxing match afterwards with repeated attacks onto Lex. Joselyn is still allowed to travel throughout the U.S. during her probation, so her cabarets may continue, but she'll have to run her itinerary by the probation department first. What a situation. She got more than lucky, and that's a mess. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Trust me, Diva. She won't be out long. If they got to randomly drug test her, she ain't going to be out long.
So you think she just simply going to fail the test and that's going to be that?
Yeah, she going to fail. She can't. Let me tell you something. She's tried to. This was supposed to be her being clean.
That's true.
Remember, she said, I wasn't doing no drugs. I was completely sober. So this is her sober. I don't want to see what she like when she hyped up on something.
I mean, you touch your officer, you lose your mind like that, and she got probation, and she just got to write some apology letters? That's messy, but hey. Katrina, you're up?
That's what you call having money, girl. Money talks. I don't think I can say, kids, please don't do drugs, because that cocaine bear. You remember that movie, the cocaine bear, the one that was running through them woods. That's her. She's unstoppable when she's on that stuff. I mean, look how she did that. Remember on the reunion of Love and Hip Hop, her and Stevie J. That woman been causing chaos, but you know. That's what Zeus want to see. That's what Zeus want. Zeus builds. I mean, she already was a monster, but now Zeus really making her a monster. But anyway, I digress. I just say, kids, please don't do drugs.
Ooh. Shan, you're up?
Jocelyn on her Hulk acting behind. Listen, Miss Felicia told us, not only do you want to have a lawyer, you want to have a good lawyer. And I think she probably has a good lawyer.
You got to talk because facts. Go ahead.
Because that was a lot. And there's video evidence.
Yes.
I'm surprised she got probation. But, you know, I watch her show and stuff. So I'm interested to see the journey after. But I think there should be more consequence just because it's like so much. And she was unstoppable and crazy. And it's just a lot. But I think she really had a good lawyer and the money, as Katrina said. Yeah,
she had to have a good lawyer. And she wouldn't let up off that girl. And that poor girl, nobody gave her a shirt. Oh, booze was out. It was a mess. And she kept welling on her. And then her husband, what kind of man gets in another lady's face? That was her husband in the white t-shirt. E, you're up.
All right, so God enabled me to be here tonight so that I could set the record straight, and that's what I'm going to do.
The Puerto Rican princess. Go ahead now.
Yes, that's right. Now, Diva, I love you to pieces, but I just will not stand for people advocating for harmless, innocent, and evolving Black women to go to jail. I just won't stand for it. Jocelyn is a victim of circumstances, and we must remember that. This young lady has overcame poverty, sex work, and single motherhood. Jocelyn is a stripper hero, and she deserves more grace as a pioneering original member of Atlanta hip hop. And that's just period. I just won't stand for it, and I will not take a seat. This young lady who you all claim Jocelyn beat down is no victim. And I need to remind the people that Big Lex girl absolutely terrorized the other women on the Atlanta Cabaret show. Big Lex is a bully, and I don't have any sympathy when bullies get bullied. Big Lex came to that Zeus event where she knew Jocelyn would be performing all of her greatest hits. She knew Jocelyn was, everybody knew it was Jocelyn's one night only. Big Lex had been antagonizing Jocelyn on Instagram, not to mention she ripped off Jocelyn's show concept and got a deal on Now That's TV. Instead of calling it the Cabaret, she calls it Big Lex, the Baddies Collection. Now, how original is that? Jocelyn has told us numerous times that she has been doing this for over 10 decades. 10 decades. And it's not right for someone to come on your show, rip off your idea, and then take it to another network. I will remind you, Big Lex was tossing all kinds of threats and insults towards Jocelyn online. Then when she was in the same room with Jocelyn, Big Lex couldn't stand on business. If you ask me, I say 2 years probation is too much. I say it should be reduced to 1 week. 1 week probation. And as for those cops, if you ask me, from what I saw on the videotape, Jocelyn was in her room, her dressing room, minding her own business. And then the cops came knocking on her door, disturbing the peace. If you ask me, they put themselves in harm's way, because what you do in your dressing room, wherever drugs you are indulging in, that is your private business. That is your private business. And it is alarming to Black and brown people to hear banging on the door by the police. She was startled. When I looked into her eyes, that was the face of a woman startled, Diva, and I won't stand for it. And if I was her, I would not have even agreed to the apology letter, because it's just not right to barge in on people in their private dressing rooms when they're performing all of their greatest hits. There's a lot of emotions going on, and I think we need to have some compassion. #, let's have a heart.
That wasn't her private dressing room. That was security.
Are you Jocelyn's lawyer? That was good. That was a good defense.
Well, it was all facts. It was all facts.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It was all lies. Okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so Harry situation. Felicia, you're up.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. So we just saw about 4 minutes worth of video. Oh, good evening, everyone. We saw about 4 minutes of video. I was counting how many police officers
Okay, come on. All right.
were in that circle there when they got her down to the parking lot and threw her fake ass on that hard cement. I love that part. That was great. Okay. There was about 8 to 9 of them. The things that she said, on top of the physical violence that she purported upon them, would have gotten someone probably, I don't know, good 10, 12 years in a Vegas jail. But a beautiful woman with large breasts, light skin, and some money gets to behave that way. And then we have a situation where they're asking her calmly to calm down. Stop kicking. Try to stand up. We're not here to hurt you. We want to help you. And she becomes even more enraged. I looked in those same eyes. I didn't see a woman. I saw someone that looked almost animalistic. She looked wild out of her head. Her career that I know of isn't anything worthy or something that I would value. But I know when we interact with law enforcement in this country, there are very few people who are given a break. I don't know anything about Big Lex. I don't know if Big Lex was supposed to get beaten up while she was there, wasn't there. I was just watching Jocelyn's interaction with law enforcement, what she said and what she did. 2 years probation was nothing. She probably was looking at 5 to 7 in a penitentiary somewhere for having assaulted those police officers. And the day that I personally honor and respect someone of Jocelyn's caliber is a sad day for me. There was nothing there that I saw in her behavior, how she spoke, how she was going after everybody in there. She was fighting everyone. So I don't believe that this was a beef between she and some woman who wasn't supposed to show up. It looks like she was on something to me, and I agree with opinion. She's not going to pass these random drug tests. She's just not. 2 years is a long time when you doping like that. So good luck with that, Jocelyn. You're looking about a good 5 years in jail somewhere. Maybe then she'll rehab.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, Diva, they keep saying in the chat that 10 decades is 100 years. I didn't say that she had been doing this for 10 decades. Jocelyn said that herself, that she has been doing this for 10 decades. So don't put that on me.
Well, that makes sense because Jocelyn don't look like somebody that can count, add, subtract, nothing like that. So
Oh, no, don't do that to our princess, Miss Felicia.
You got a whole bunch of princesses, and they seem to be run down to the police department lately. Kiki is a princess, and she down at the police department filing false reports. And now we got your other princess here with probation, and she got to go take drug tests. Okay.
It's a tough crowd tonight.
Okay, y'all. Listen, but Jocelyn did say that. She did say that. Julius, you're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna be brief.
Mm-hmm.
Jocelyn is fake and phony. And I say this because 10 years ago when I was in my dance class, a friend of mine, she had crossed paths with Jocelyn when she was working at a store, and my friend had her daughter with her. And she said, clear as day, oh, your daughter is so beautiful. Now, at the time, we all know Jocelyn was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She didn't have that accent, nothing. And so her whole persona to me is fake and phony. Like she did the same thing when she was on Celebrity College Hill, fake and phony. Like you got off with a slap on the wrist. Now, if it was everybody else, even complying, they wouldn't get off with a slap on the wrist. Yes, did she have a tough life? Yes, she did. That, however, let's talk here. Just because she had a tough upbringing, that does not excuse the behavior that she has been showing ever since the Love and Atlanta hip hop days, with fighting everywhere and everything else. That does not excuse that. I don't know who the young lady was that she was hitting on. Not my business to know. I don't watch her show. She's not my cup of tea. She got lucky. She needs to cool it. She has a daughter who's looking up to her, and I bet you her daughter's thinking in her mind, why is my mommy even like acting like this? And her daddy's no better, because he doing the same thing. And her husband, he's a punk too, because they was all jumping on that girl for no reason. I don't care what she was doing. Cut the crap. There is a decorum how you act in public. And you laid hands on a police officer. She's lucky she wasn't charged with assault of arrested for, of a police officer. I had to rephrase. She's lucky.
I appreciate you, Julius. Thank you so much. Bunny, you're up.
Okay, so I've watched the season of Jocelyn's Cabaret with Big Lex on it, and I think it is a simple from pet to threat kind of dynamic between those two, because during the season that she was on, like that was one of Jocelyn's biggest minions on the show. Like whatever Jocelyn said, she did. And she wanted to be a part of the cabaret so bad. And she wasn't the one of the 4 people that were picked and then the ultimate winner, but she still had respect for Joselyn. But at the reunion, and I remember this clearly, Joselyn, like Joselyn, what I've noticed about her, she has like a side that she wants to be nice and she always talks about women's empowerment. But when you watch Jocelyn's cabaret every season, the way how she talks to those girls, like they're less than what's the bottom of her shoe, it's like with her, she contradicts herself a lot. So, when people are just like, oh, she's troubled, she's had a not so good relationship with her mom, but that trickles to the girls that she says she wants to empower, because the way she talks to them like dogs on the show, and they're just trying to get on the cabaret and make a name for themselves. But it's like she ego tripped too much, and I feel like, especially like with her and Big Lex, they had some type of breakdown, and they no longer got along. Ballistic tried to fight Big Lex at the reunion. Her husband tried to fight the girl at the reunion, and she tried to fight her at the reunion as well. So it's like, you know, I feel like in the case between her and Big Lex, she started it. Then fast forward, it wasn't just Jocelyn that was putting hands on Big Lex. It was her husband Ballistic and Melissa, her best friend. So
And
she,
Mimi's ex.
yeah, right. So yeah, Melissa. Yeah, so she got jumped more or less, but Jocelyn did most of the things, most of the fighting. But I just feel like Jocelyn continues to get a slap on the wrist. Like, she needs to grow up. She is a grown ass woman with a child. And the thing is, she's not taking any of this seriously because she's made a clothing line called Cocaline. Literally, she has shirts, pants, sweatsuits with black with Swarovski crystals across her chest and across her butt saying Cocaline. She's not taking this serious. She's not. So it's like, you know, soon enough, like in my opinion, and Felicia said, she probably is going to end back in the slammer because she cannot stop with the drugs. She can't stop. Like, can't stop, won't stop. She just is in love with it. So I just feel like she got a slap on the wrist. I don't know if she's going to take this opportunity to clean up her act for herself and her daughter and for her brand, quote unquote, like whatever it is. I don't see it. I would hope for the best, but I don't see it happening.
I got to get one of those shirts.
The Cocaline shirt.
Oh, yes. Diva, you don't
Child
need.
stop.
All right.
You
I
ain't
just
even
think that
stop.
they funny. Shan, you're up. Did I come to you already, Shan? Because my screen shifted. Shan, are you there?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
you came to me already.
Okay,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Tay, did I come to you?
No, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would agree with, in my opinion, Felicia, what they said about Jocelyn. She go back to the lockup, and I feel bad for her daughter, to see all that stuff right there. Jocelyn need to get her act together, because if she don't, she gonna lose her child forever if she don't get her act together. And tell her that to that no good husband, Diva, where she find that piece of trash?
Listen. They two peas in a pod. But how you up in a lady's face, I'll never know. And that thing was a hot mess. But thank you, Tay. Katrina, you're up.
You did me already, love.
I did. So 48, you're up.
Hey Diva. Well, you know that I am a connoisseur of the ratchet television. And I do watch Jocelyn's Cabaret. The girl that she was fighting, what made it sad for me was that she knows her story from the beginning when she got on the show. And like Bunny said, um, they was trying to fight her at the reunion. You know what I'm saying? I came in a little bit late, but I did get my ticket. But I did want to hop on here and say, like, something do need to happen to her. This isn't her first time doing something like this, you know, and drugs and mental illness. Diva, you know a little bit about me. Sometimes that stuff, like hitting rock bottom, has to happen. Like you gotta get locked up. You Something gotta happen to her. I mean, for me, that's what happened to me that got my life together. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just don't like her. But yeah, it's some ratchet television for you.
Yeah, beyond that, right? And for all of those men to be there and nobody, I mean, she had her arm around her neck, but what made it even sadder for me is this girl clothes was coming off, her wig got snatched off. It was messy. It
She
was
tries to be like a pimp, and like a old school, like dirty pimp. You know what I'm saying? That like to beat they girls and stuff. That's how she act. But she wants the respect of a woman, and she doesn't act like a woman. Like Bunny said, if you see it, just if you watch one episode, it'll probably turn some of you guys off. But it's crazy. I tell you, it's crazy.
Yeah, and you know the other piece of this thing is too that these girls would rather subject themselves to that nonsense than to just go work a job and not be on that TV. I don't understand that either. I wouldn't need that money that bad. I'd rather go to $3.
But Diva and Big Lex, like, um in some of their defense, I'm gonna just say from some of their defense, come listening to some of their stories, it's like you have a choice, but like this is your best choice. And I think like when they go and they have that experience, it kind of throws them off, because when you in that life and you looking at those girls that made it, you're looking at them as bigger than, you know, you're thinking like, oh, they're not going to treat me like that. They're going to hear my story or what I've been through, and they going to, you know, like side with me. So some of them, like if you Big Lex, I would suggest just look at like the first episode of like getting to know her, and the way that she acted from the season all the way to the reunion to the assault. It just goes with her personality. I really don't think she ever wanted any beef with Jocelyn. I really think the whole thing caught her off guard because it started in the house.
Woo, it's a lot.
Hey, Diva, can I say one thing, please? I wish her husband come to my face one more time. I will piss slap him. I'm gonna throw everything at him. He come to my face like that too. I feel bad for that girl.
Yeah, it was a mess. I mean, it was a mess. She kept beating her down, beating her down, beating her down. But she did. In my opinion, this sentence was extremely light. And them lawyers, they did the darn thing because, like I said, cops was involved, and she got that off. But like many of you said, let's see if she actually passed these tests when she gets some randomly. But yeah, give me a minute. I'll come to you. I have a feeling though that if her probation officer is the one that has to take the test, I have a feeling that even if she failed it, no one's going to know but her and the probation officer. That's just my feeling. What was you going to say?
I was going to say, do it like it's my B-day, baby.
All right. Well, that was Joselyn Hernandez. You know, well, I wish her well because she does have a young daughter. She does have a young daughter. And I'll just say this, we're going to move away from this story. She was on something because this is her mugshot. That's her mugshot from that day. And look at the eyes.
Yeah, she looked dead in the eyes.
Yeah, definitely on something. So I do wish her well. So we're gonna go ahead and move into this next story. Let's do this, Alyssa Milano. You know what? I don't know if it's just me, but I couldn't be sitting up having all this money, living in my nice plush home, and my son team needs some money, and I'm up putting it up for the people that probably have way less than me, and asking them, oh, if you could donate $5, $10, whatever. Will I send it to my family and friends? Absolutely. Would I be putting it on if I was a celebrity to my fans? Absolutely not. Okay. Here, let's share this screen, and we're going to talk about this. So Alyssa Milano blasted for launching a fundraiser for her son's baseball team, and people want to know, has she lost her mind? Okay. I guess we have to do Jessica another day, because I don't know what's going on between her and Justin Timberlake. But the fans aren't charmed. Alyssa Milano is being dragged by her social media followers for launching a GoFundMe to benefit her 12-year-old son Milo's baseball team. My son's baseball team is raising money for their Cooperstown trip, she tweeted Thursday. Any amount would be so greatly appreciated. The fundraiser goal of $10,000 already has raised more than $7,600. The last I think it was up to almost $8,000. They probably made it by this point. At the time of the publishing, given that she's a famous actress,
it's almost 9,000, Diva.
Oh, it's almost 9,000. Yeah. Felt that the cast of Star 51 shouldn't be asking people for money to fund the Birds 12U team. Why isn't Alyssa paying for the trip for the whole team herself? Tweeted one user. Why is she asking for money from people who could barely buy groceries? And that's what she posted up about her son's baseball team. Like the little sports team there. Another asked Alyssa has absolutely lost her mind. How out of touch and tone deaf can a person possibly be? One person pointed out that in addition to her success, her husband David is a powerhouse at the entertainment agency CAA. Just a reminder, Alyssa and her husband are both multi-millionaires. One ex-user wrote, they could pay for the entire trip for the whole team without batting an eye. One critic even went as far as to donate $5 to the fundraiser and wrote, doesn't Alyssa have enough money? They just donated so they could write a comment. A rep for Alyssa didn't immediately return a comment to page 6. Oddly enough, it doesn't appear that the wise gal actress has donated unless she gave money under an anonymous label. While she had plenty of critics, Alyssa also has some supporters who were happy to donate to her cause. Made a small but heartful contribution, commented one follower. Sounds like a great experience for them. This is awesome. You have done so much for so many, added one more. What has she done for the people? I mean, I don't know. I don't follow her like that. I did like the show Charmed. I don't know how charming this is. It's a mess. But in my opinion, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts is she tone deaf. She's worth $10 million. Her husband is worth $5.5 billion. What are y'all doing with y'all money? You selling sweatshirts with other teams on there for $46 and $86 and $96. What are you doing? You could have paid for that trip easily and probably rolled it off on your taxes. Girl, miss me with it.
Oh shoot! Thank you. In my opinion, Felicia, you're up.
Okay, so I'm embarrassed for her.
Yeah.
She's embarrassed her children. Oh boy, wow. Now when the child goes to the game, they're going to be separating themselves from. I thought your family had money. I thought you were rich. This, they're going to be saying, my parents want to know if, you guys could use some hand-me-down clothes, or, we could do something. No, I'm being serious. This is very embarrassing.
Isn't it though?
For the children particularly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are the people going to be thinking at work when the husband go to work? Wow, y'all struggling, huh? Not looking so good over there. He might be on the list to be let go. They're restructuring and downsizing. They don't like giving the impression that people don't, aren't getting paid, aren't well off, aren't doing for others. Not you out here on the GoFundMe for some baseball uniform. This is not good. I think she's going to regret it sooner than later. Yes, I do.
I feel that way too. I think it's embarrassing too. I would never. Yeah, and that's Raheem. That's
yes,
what I was
they
saying.
are, Raheem, and that's why it's so sad because all them kids' parents is rich. So
allegedly.
Oh.
Man, Felicia, you know she ain't got them kids in no public school, no county school. She got them in private school.
Opinion. Hear what I'm saying? If you went to each of the kids on the team parents and said, "This is what we need. We're asking for X amount from everyone," and the answer was, "We ain't got it. Go to GoFundMe," it's saying a lot. This isn't how it's usually done. So I don't know what's happening here. So she's embarrassed this team for sure, and her children. And I believe she's going to regret this. Remember what I said? 2024 is about resources.
You said that.
Right.
You know what? Here's the thing. So Sherry said, if people are willing to pay it, what's the problem? They're not forcing you to pay. They're not forcing you, but I think it's like Felicia said, it's an embarrassment. And I don't think that's the purpose of the GoFundMe, if you ask, in my opinion. But that's just me. Q says she probably did an apology post crying, saying, "I apologize for anyone that I may have offended." E, you're up.
Well, I may be in the minority, but I like Alyssa, and she has done a lot. For those who don't remember, she's one of the pioneering people, excuse me, I have on my retainers tonight, of the Me Too movement. She's also heavily involved in politics, and she was advocating for voting rights reform. She is also a big believer in changing the education system and what that looks like. And she is always advocating for Black and Brown people and people who do not live in well-to-do communities to have equal education rights and opportunities as those who do not live in those communities. So she has done a great deal of advocacy in the community. I'll say that. And so when Felicia mentioned this is the year of resources, I started thinking about this person's career catalog because I'm telling you, she does good work. And even though it says she's worth 10 million, we don't know if that 10 million is already spent. Because as a celebrity, I do think there will be some level of scrutiny that will come to you and your children for asking for public donations when you are a part of the elite. And then we also have to remember the Hollywood strike. She's an actress. The Hollywood strike just got over that for a long time. They were out of work. So I don't know why she made that decision, but I'm sure she will come out and let us know the reason why. But I'm willing to hear her out, and I'm willing to wait until she speaks up.
I hear you, E. And that's nice. You should. But let me say this. Usually when, with my son teams and all of that, the fundraisers was not a GoFundMe. You get some candy bars, some this and whatever, and he brought that box home, and I just said, how much is the whole box? I paid for the box, and I gave the candy out to my friends. And I'm not Alyssa. I'm just saying that sometimes when you are part of the team in the rooms making these different decisions, and somebody comes up with a decision that just doesn't make sense, you got to raise your hand and say, "Nah, hold on." And if y'all want to continue down that road with that decision, y'all go right ahead. Here go my money towards it. But no, I'm not putting it on my page. I'm not calling up my Hollywood friend. I'm not doing all that. Now, his godmother and them, if they want to donate or whoever, I appreciate y'all. It's messy. I think that in general, not just her, in general, some people have gone too far with these GoFundMes. I seen somebody do a GoFundMe because they wanted a new car. A GoFundMe because they needed a down payment to their house. a GoFundMe because they wanted a wedding. You better go to the courthouse. If you
Did they get some money, Diva?
Huh?
Did they get some money?
I don't know what they got. If you and your soon-to-be husband can't afford the wedding, that's problematic to begin with. But then you just need to go down to the courthouse. How you doing stuff that you can't afford? It just don't make any sense to me. But guess what? I'm not doing the foolery, not under my watch. And now y'all needed $10,000. And how many people was on that team? And then it wasn't just so they could get there. If you read it, it's so they could get little trinkets and souvenirs and stuff too. Hold on now. So not only do you want us to get the team there, you want us to help pay for the souvenirs and all that stuff. It's just disrespectful if you ask me. But Tay, you're up.
Why you not use your money, your own money, to do that anyway? And tell me that why not do sell cookies, chips, the cane bar, all that stuff for the funny stuff, and you just go ahead go ask her for money to pay your child trip. Girl, bye. I ain't gonna pay you nothing. I ain't gonna give you my money for that. You got your own money. Don't play with my money. Don't rub by my money. I don't play like that, okay? And don't you got your own friends to help you out. Why not use your own money? Tell me that right there. I don't understand that. Really. I feel like that is so selfish right there. It's so selfish. It's so I don't know what the old word is. God, what's wrong with people these days? You got your own money, You had to excuse me, and tell me that we get us people without who ain't no rich. We got bills to pay, cell phone, car, shoes, clothes, everything for us. We have to pay everything. And you gonna ask us for all that stuff? Oh no, sister girl. You got your own money. Do not ask us. Leave us alone. Hashtag leave us alone. Thank you.
Thank you, Tay.
Tell them, Tay.
Listen, they asked for money for funerals. What did they do before the GoFundMe? What did they do? Julius, you're up.
She has residuals from when she was on Who's the Boss. She has residuals when she was on Charmed and also producer credit. So she can miss me with the foolery. And we want to talk about how she was all this for the Black community and everything else when not once have I heard of her doing any kind of advocacy when she's a multimillionaire. So miss me with the foolery. And when the Me Too movement was going on, at first for a look, because I was on Twitter while all this transgression was going down, she acted like she was with the movement, but in reality, she started to defend Harvey Weinstein, but I digress. So no. She's a multimillionaire. Your husband's a millionaire. The both of y'all could have put up the money. And we're not even talking about $100,000 here. We're talking about $10K. You mean to tell me not one of them parents could put in like 1,000 or 500 or even 300 or 2 cents? But we have to? Miss me with the foolery. Miss me with it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Julius. Bunny, you're up.
I just don't. It's like it's not sitting right with me. Like I remember being a cheerleader in middle school and high school and selling candy. Like you two, I just feel like she's too rich for that. Like, but I guess this is how the rich stay rich. They ask working class people for money, just like Oprah and The Rock did in Maui. I mean, it's like rich people doing dumb rich people stuff and asking working class people to continue to contribute to whatever they want to do. Um, and it's funny because I know in your video, I know in your video earlier when you were talking about it, it was like some commenters were saying that they're earning it by doing the fundraising, and that's not earning it by putting up a GoFundMe. Like, I don't, I'm just getting so annoyed with, for every little thing people just put up a GoFundMe. And like, it's taking away from people who are really down on their luck. They can't afford to get a surgery, or they can't afford to take, they can't afford life-saving medication because the job they have doesn't pay enough, doesn't give them benefits, they don't have health care, and they're really in need, or like, and they have small children, or they have a children with a terminal illness and they have no support. Like, your GoFundMe that you don't even need to put up, the school doesn't need to put up, is probably a private school filled with people who either have money or are putting on a front as if they have money. Because the thing about it is that I don't feel bad for parents who are like middle class but are trying to put their kids in a certain school to mix and mingle with certain people's kids. I don't feel sorry for those parents. They're living above their means and putting their kids in private school. So I feel no ways about them. So it's like, you want to live this life. This is the cost to be the boss. And you want to put your kids in private school and you can't afford their uniforms on the team. That's your business. But, you know, her and her husband could have just easily dropped the 10K and had and instead of doing the fundraising. I just don't like how GoFundMe has been bastardized by not just by people who really don't need to fundraise. It's very annoying to me.
It's messy. It's messy, but GoFundMe doesn't care because they get, they allow all these little shenanigans
Yeah,
because they get
a
their
portion. Yeah, they
they
get a portion.
they get their percentage. So it's just becoming a mockery of things. Shan, did I come to you? Shan, you're up. Felicia, I put a message for you in the private chat. The name is slipping my mind right now. But go ahead, Shan. Did I lose everybody? Did I lose you, Shan? I don't hear you.
You didn't lose me, but I don't hear Shan.
All right. 48, you're up.
Okay, Diva, I blame it all on Creflo. Ever since Creflo asked for that 90 million for that plane, these people been coming and asking for all kinds of money. These rich people don't deserve um they don't deserve our hard work and money. Like, I don't get that neither. I don't understand that. I don't understand living above
Hello?
your means. I don't understand.
Can you hear
Um,
me?
Yes, give us a
Oh,
minute.
I'm sorry, because I was
Yeah,
talking and I'm sorry,
yeah, we didn't hear you before, but go ahead,
Oh,
48.
okay.
Don't
I
be.
don't. I just don't. I don't get that.
Mm-hmm.
And for regular people, like, we have to just deal with life and make it work. My kids in band. You know what I'm saying? And bed is expensive, especially when they have like trips and stuff like that. And you're right, they have bake sales, but there are dues that I have to
Ooh,
just
you
pay
better
for
preach. This
straight
bag
up.
is killing me.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's just crazy to me. I don't like it. I don't give rich people no slack. They richer than me. They lucky that I'm changed and saved, because back in the day I bop them upside the head because I know you got the money in your pocket.
Woo woo woo.
Yeah, woo, woo, woo. I appreciate you. Thank you. Katrina, you're up. I'll come back to you, Shan.
Yes, I agree with everybody what they just said. And if she was trying to do a fundraiser with her son or whatsoever, why didn't she just let him go around and take donations from her rich friends. Like walking down the street saying, "I need this for our baseball trip or whatever they doing, basketball, baseball, whatever." And we just wondering, can y'all donate? And going to the rich friends that she got in her neighborhood. That would have been better off than her putting it on a GoFundMe page. If you're just trying to show him how to do a fundraiser, he's not doing a fundraiser. You're doing a fundraiser. So the best thing you should have did was just had him walk through the neighborhood, going to each one of your rich people's houses, and asking them to donate to our team. Not because my mama don't have it, but we just trying to raise the money ourselves. That would have came off better than what she did.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say, y'all.
I like that. Q, you know what? You got a point here. She said, what I have observed from the rich people is that they get a lot of stuff for free. And that's what they're used to. So yeah, it's like we don't have to spend our money. So let me throw up this GoFundMe. Let the people donate because we used to getting it free. I like that. You are correct. Shan, you're up.
2 words. The audacity.
Yeah.
I like Alyssa from Charm. I used to love that show and all that. But my thing is, I know people, like my own mother, who whenever I had stuff and like things couldn't be afforded, you know what she would do? She would try to get an extra shift at work so she could afford it, try to get a per diem job. And it's like, people have so much money. And it's like, you telling me you can't find $8,000. You telling me all the celebrities, you should have done that in private, like a fundraiser at the school. And people acting like they don't understand. It's not that she's forcing us to give her or money. It's just the audacity. It's just the tone deafness of it all. Why don't she put up a GoFundMe for the homeless population? Like, I hear she do a lot. I don't really follow her that much, but it's just the entitlement. And that is true. Rich people get a lot of things for free. I heard a celebrity say, they were like, "Oh, we wearing all these designer dresses, designer bags." The designers sent it to us so we could promote it. And that was the day I was like, I don't want another designer bag, because I was like, oh wow, like you have the ordinary people busting their butts to like get these things that you're getting to sell to us. So I feel like she shouldn't have made that post at all, because it's tone deaf. And then the time we're in where people can't even afford their own bills, and you want us regular folks to donate to you. Listen, in the words of Tasha K, I ain't got it, and if I had it, I wasn't gonna give it to her. I'll give it to a homeless shelter.
There you go. Boom.
Come on, Shan.
Remember, I forgot what day we talked about. It had to be Wednesday, or it was Wednesday, because I don't think it was yesterday. We talked about the young lady at Walmart who filmed the baby pretty much in the cart with just a diaper on. Now you want to talk about GoFundMe? Right. To me, this is when you do a GoFundMe, right? So she did a GoFundMe because she lost her job, wrongful termination, and she wasn't being greedy. She asked for $5,000. And to God be the glory, the people blessed her. She's up to $26,585 now.
In New York, that's 2 months rent, and that's it. You can't even get food, nothing.
Yeah, but you know what though? The point is though, the people blessed her. And to me,
wow,
this is what the GoFundMes are meant for.
That's right.
It's right
That's
here.
right.
A situation like this. Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry, Bunny. Yeah, a situation like this. I'm so happy for this young lady. Shame on Walmart, because they did her dirty. And she did a good deed. And she saved that baby life. I'm 10 toes down on that. And it's just the people. Yes, God is good. Won't he do it? So first and foremost, I want to thank the ones who donated. I passed my goal. Because of you, yes, you. I don't care if you donate $5. Every bill counts. So yes, I will be paying my rent and utilities for months, she said. She said, I will stock up on food and buy the car I always wanted. I'm so emotional writing this. We have good people out there in the world. Everyone that donated, I sent you a personal message. If you so happen to didn't receive one, this is my thank you note here. Again, thank you. May God bless you. Can I tell you something? This young lady, I don't know how she lost her baby, but she had a picture of her baby on the wall, and she had lost her baby. And that baby is looking down on his mama, and that baby helped bless his mama. That's just what I believe. And you know, and she, I can't even go more into that story, but I'm just saying, God bless that young lady. God bless that young lady. And I do believe her baby was looking down on her, was proud of her for trying to save that young baby that was in that cart. And thinking, Mommy, I had to go, but I see you, Mom, out there saving another child. And I'm so proud of you. And God bless her. 1.2K donations. And I know that thing is going to keep rising. I pray to God, too, that she gets another job. And this job will be the job of a lifetime. And to me, that's what a GoFundMe is for. And listen, I know Fifi, listen, but you see how humble this girl is? She said her dream car. She said she's going to pay her rent up for months. This girl is not reckless and stock up on her food. And when Felicia told me about this, and I'm talking about our Felicia on this panel, I said, you know what? That girl is very humble because you can't, even if she used, and she's not, even if she used the whole $26,000, y'all all know we live in this life here. It ain't like you're going to get a whole piece of a car. Cars now are ridiculous. Oh, this girl is humble. The fact she probably was walking to work or something like that. So now she's able to buy a car. And then you got Alyssa talking about, can we get the $10,000? This girl asked for $5,000 and she was fired. If y'all have no income coming in, what you really gonna do with $5,000? She wasn't being greedy. $5,000 and she was fired, and that's why God blessed her, and He's going to continue to bless her. But anyway, to me, that's what a GoFundMe is for. Not this nonsense here. We trying to get the baseball team to some trip and get them souvenirs, and y'all rich and get them all of that off of the other people's dime.
Or no aeroplane.
Come on now. And you right, come on now, in an hour. Pay your rent, get you a piece of chicken, and then you got to walk home and the $5,000 is gone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're going to move on to this last story. Now, I want you to think deeper in this last story. I actually like this girl, this story I'm going to bring up. And the reason why I like her is because she's embracing who she is. She don't give a darn about the society norms of you need to be 2 pounds, or you got to wear your hair this way, or you got to look like this. And she's also bold enough, this last story that I'm going to talk about, she's bold enough to say, you know what? Whatever man want to get with me, if he can't accept me as I am, then he can kick rocks and get to stepping. That's why I like this story. When I was reading it, when I first just saw it, I said, oh my. But then when I started reading her story, I said, I like this chick. And she could teach a lot of lessons to a lot of people. Because sometimes in life, we're doing things because that's what we were told to do. But sometimes you got to step outside the box and say, you know what? Is doing what I was told to do my whole life serving any purpose to me? Is it making me happy, or is it stressing me the heck out? Let me share this story. This young lady said, I dumped my date. And this is titled, this trending topics tonight, because it's a hairy situation. It's dedicated to her. She said, I dumped my date because he said I was too hairy. I haven't shaved in 5 years. So Esther, she's 27. She stopped removing her hair 5 years ago. She has now stated how it affected her dating life. The Canadian-based artist said it caused issues in her dating life. A woman who hasn't shaved in 5 years has stated how she dumped her date for calling her too hairy. Esther, 27, stopped removing her hair after becoming frustrated over the society belief that women should be completely hairless. After hitting the headlines for her fuzzy chest, the Canadian-based artist has now stated she feels sexier than ever and doesn't let anyone tear her down, not even her potential lovers. Esther has lifted the lid on how embracing her hairy lifestyle has prompted some issues in her dating life, adding that she has even dumped a date after he said he doesn't agree with her fuzz. That's her. She said 5 years she didn't put the razor to her body. She recorded the Harvard dating story. There was one time when I was seeing this guy who did make a comment saying he wouldn't date a girl that's hairier than him. And I thought, how odd. So I ended up ending that relationship entirely because I didn't feel like that was productive or that I wanted to be with a man like that. He was not a very kind person. However, while there have been a few bad seeds, Esther noted that most men are more than accepting when it comes to her body hair.
Hey Monty, yeah, see Becky. You know how restrictions are starting to ease. Yeah, how are you feeling about it? Amazing. Off to get your nails did today, babe. No, I have never had my nails done in about.
I'm trying to figure out where it's at. Okay, it stopped. She recorded the horror story. I'm dating. Where was I? And although she okay. However, while there had been the 27-year-old added, other than that, there have been plenty of men who have been okay with my hair. There was a guy who was really into me, and I never told him about the fact that I had chest hair. I decided to tell him because I kind of knew he was in love with me. So I thought by telling or showing him that I have chest hair, he would stop liking me because I didn't like him. Once I showed it to him, he still liked me. He was like, I really don't care. Let me see. So that's her. She said, I've never experienced that before, she explained. She decided to stop removing her body hair 5 years ago after becoming frustrated with the removal process. Esther noted that she felt like she was always in a losing battle against her thick locks. I decided to keep my body hair because the more I was removing it, the more I was getting more hair, she said. My body hair became longer, thicker, darker, blacker, so I was going crazy. If I'm supposed to remove it, why is it growing back? That's when I decided, that's what I've been taught since I was a kid. And I never questioned it because I had to remove my body hair simply because I'm a woman, and that's that. I didn't question it. But then I started questioning and realizing that those two ideas didn't come from me, but from society telling me that something is beautiful. Esther recorded constantly being bullied for her body hair, even as a young child, and noted that she still received negative comments to this day. There was a moment in elementary school when my friends had seen the hair on my stomach, and I remember their really exaggerated reaction that made me feel really insecure, she said. When I got to high school, I remember seeing so many girls getting bullied or teased because they had hairy arms or body hair, so it made me shy and insecure. I was making sure that nobody could see my body hair. The 27-year-old stated she frequently branded crew names. There are typical things like monkey, Chewbacca, and ape. Another time, someone had filmed me as a joke. And other times, people just stare at me really badly. Despite this, she decided to embrace every hair on her body and show it off with confidence while vowing to never shave again. I think in society, we've been taught that body hair, specifically on women, is unhygienic, it's ugly, and undesirable, she said. I had to question growing up, why did I hate my body hair? That's her. And she said, I had to realize it was society. Like, I hated my body hair, but I also hated removing it because it was so painful. But now I feel free. Esther explained that letting go of any societal refrains filled her with joy. She added, I'm much happier today. I'm able to analyze certain things in my life and what's good for me and what's not. So I will never go back to how I was ever. When we embrace ourselves, we are much stronger. I don't know, my screen was acting up there. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go back to it. My screen was acting up, but y'all get the gist of that article. In my opinion, you're up.
Yes.
It's a lot of disorders that could explain why she's hairy. Now, you know, I'm not a big fan of the hair all over me. Okay, I'm just gonna say that for me. Okay, because hair does tend to, and when I was looking at her underarms, it was really, really hairy. But hair tends to also attract heat, which attracts smells. And so, yeah, I keep everything nice, neat, and cut to the side, but that's for me. Now, if this young lady doesn't want her body to be, you know, nice and cleaned up, and she wants to be hairy, hey, kudos to her. And you know, there's somebody out there for everybody. So if this is what you want to do, go ahead, be the hairy lady. I'm praying for you that you find your one. Okay, just as for me, I have to keep it nice, clean, and neat. You know.
Yeah, I loved her. It was something about her. I just love her confidence.
I know, Diva, they get you with them stories all the time.
Don't do that. Hold on, let me play this. You know they get to me. Hold on.
You like the underdog stories, but that's what I love about you.
If shaving is a choice, then I choose not to shave. Not to shave my armpits, not to shave my knuckles, not to shave my chest hair, not to shave my chin hairs, not to shave my hairy legs, not to shave my back hair, because I choose to embrace my body hair.
I see like a lot of comments saying like, oh, if you choose to embrace your body hair, why do you shave your beard? Why do you shave your eyebrows? And I'm just like, I don't understand what's so hard to understand that some hairy women can have chest hair and not have a unibrow and not have a mustache, while some hairy women cannot have chest hair and have a mustache, have a unibrow, or even have a beard. So I'm not understanding why it's so hard to understand that that's also part of diversity.
Yo, who you got more respect for though? Like, what about like Gunna or like Thug?
How old are you?
All right. Let me stop sharing. Felicia, you're up.
That was enough hair to braid it up under her arm, but you know.
Listen, when you can know and do and be who you are and be happy, I'm happy for you.
Yes.
You know, to be ridiculed as a child, to be called those names is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And we continue to do that. We still have people who raise kids who speak that way to other children. So she found her freedom through accepting what is, because she's just hairy, period.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But the truth of the matter is she's also very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a wonderful light energy about her.
Yes.
So I could see people being attracted to her. Perhaps, you know, it's like, oh my, well, she's got a little here, there, and a little here. But just like anything else, when you come to know someone and love someone and like someone, you get past all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so she got past all of that. So congratulations to her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, Felicia. E, you're up.
I'm following in my opinion. You know, it's a preference. You know, I know there's this myth that, you know, women don't grow hair, but we do. And I just always feel best when I am waxed and just clean. I don't like hair anywhere. That's just my preference. However, I do have a sister who is at the other end of the spectrum, and she's very hairy. And she went through a phase similar to that where she had the hair under the arms, because I believe there's like a whole community of people, young ladies who do this, and they're on Instagram. And so I've seen young ladies like that before. And like I said, my sister went through that phase as well. And I will piggyback off of Felicia. It's beautiful when you can be who you are. And I'll just leave it there, because we're all different. And that's why we're all beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I appreciate that, E. Thank you so much. Katrina, you're up.
Yeah, you can be whoever you want to be, do whatever makes you happy. I have no qualms with that if that's what she wants to do. But me myself, I'm not walking around looking like a werewolf. But that's just me. That's just me. I'm not talking about her. I'm just saying. Um, but yeah, she can, do what she wants to do with her body. Everybody should do what they want to do with their bodies and not live yourself for somebody else. But it's a thing about hygiene that our mothers taught us. And I'm not saying her mother didn't teach her either. I'm not saying, she'd be happy whatsoever. But as like my opinion said and he said, that hair does get a little musty. And you sweating and all that type of stuff, that sweat is still there. But in general, she can do what she want to do with her body. If that makes her happy, I'm happy for her. But yeah, that's all I got to say, y'all.
Thank you. I appreciate that. 48, you're up.
Yeah, I agree with, in my opinion, Felicia E and Katrina as well. Um, she's a beautiful lady. It ain't for me. But yeah, do your thing. It's still funny to me. But, yeah, do your thing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Before I come to you, Tay, I just want to add this. Would I mean, I really love this girl. And what I really, really, really love about her is the confidence on her is out the roof there. Because she even has the confidence to let a guy know, like, I'm not gonna go in this room just to get with you and go shake myself down or whatever the case may be. This is who I am.
Oh, and yeah, she got the confidence too, Diva. I really do.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
it just ain't for me. It
right.
Just being it ain't for me ain't meaning like I'm dissing her. Like that's her thing. It look funny to me. If she walked by me, I'm gonna be like, damn, she hairy as hell. I mean, what she think people gonna say? That's just what everybody or most people are gonna say. But her being confident and stuff, that's beautiful. The message is beautiful. But her going out like that, she's gonna cause attention. That's just being real.
Yeah, okay. But that's why we having this conversation, y'all. And so I want to wait. Give me a minute, because what I want to leave people. Somebody's trying to get backstage, and I hear y'all. The stage is full. It's full. It's be full house. The people got their ticket early. They in the building. Let me just say this. The thing is that I think more of her message is not so much whether what she's doing is for us or not for us. I think it's about the point of us. Felicia, talk to me, because I'm trying to get the words together here. Go ahead and talk.
No, I have a question. I've slept with a couple of men who hairy as hell.
Yeah.
That didn't mean they wasn't clean.
That part.
It didn't mean that they were smelling pretty good. So maybe I was confused.
Oh no, Felicia, I'm not saying that neither. I don't do hairy men neither. So
okay. So you waxing down your husband every night. Okay, I got it.
Right. I don't my husband, he cleans himself, we do grooming days and stuff. That's just the way we are. I don't like funny smells. Like kids have to bathe twice a day. I don't like funny smells. I got allergies, I got asthma. That smells just kill me.
And hairy men, when I see them, I look at them like, damn, they hairy as hell.
Girl,
we do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like they could be confident in all of that, and that's a good thing. That's don't get me wrong. That's a good thing. Her message is beautiful. Like I had to accept the fact that everybody doesn't find dark-skinned women beautiful, but when I found my spouse, it was an acceptance and a love there. And when you find that, that's a beautiful thing. And I embrace that now. So I get her message. But me being dark skinned, I know people gonna look at me. They think I'm aggressive, which I am a little bit if you make me be. But I'm not like that just when I'm walking outside. People judge you, and it be good judgments, bad judgment. It's just life. You know what I'm saying? But she's a beautiful woman. She's a beautiful woman. And the man that will have her will have her. But it's not like I think she's dirty or anything like that or gross. It's just not for me. I think that she shouldn't think that people are gonna not look at her. she's something to look at, not in a negative way. She's beautiful. It's like a conversation piece almost. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not, I'm not trying to be mean or nothing like
no,
that.
no, no. I don't think you are. Listen, I'm not even fighting you on that. The words are gonna come out of my mouth soon. My brain is trying to work them right now, and I'm gonna be able to get it out. But let me move to Tay Tay, and then maybe by the time Tay Tay is finished speaking, I could get what I'm trying to say out. Hope you gotta help me. Let me just get to Tay Tay, Felicia, because I got 3 people that didn't speak, and then I'll circle back to you. Go ahead, Tay Tay, your thoughts.
Well, preach for a preach. Amen. Thank you. I agree the everybody before me what they said, Diva. That's it.
I appreciate you. I'm gonna try to figure out. I'm trying to. Julius, give me a minute. I'm coming to you. So I'm. What I want to say here is what I want to add to the conversation is this: is that I wish we can get to the point in this world where it's okay for whoever wants to be okay with being the way that we are, right? And it's like, I'm gonna be honest with you now. Do I shave? I do shave. But you know what? I had a friend in my life that one time she said, do you think God put that hair there for a reason? That maybe it's protecting something on your skin, or this, that, and the other, or protecting something from getting in or out, or whatever the case may be. The conversation we had was longer. But when I speak to certain people in my life, sometimes those conversations, they like the conversation is there, and then it marinates and it grows in me, and I just think about it, or whatever the case may be, right? Because God gave us everything we need to survive, and our body, if we treat it well, our body can heal itself. Our body is made to protect itself from the internal organs, the way that it's set up, so forth and so on. I don't want to go so far deep down that path. I'm going to connect with Felicia again for 1 minute too. I know a lot of men that are mad, Harry, and none of them smell bad. So why would just because this woman decides to leave her hair on her, like she would, smell bad, when I've been around many men that they not cutting it down and shaving it down to the bone, but they don't smell bad, right? If you clean yourself and you groom yourself, when I say groom, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to cut off this, that, here, and the other. I know plenty of men with a ton of hair on their face, and they're not smelling bad. Ton of hair on their head, they're not smelling bad. So I pulled this story for many reasons, because this young lady said she was bullied, she was called names. And I think that if the world can get to the point where just because someone looks different, why do we have to go down this road, right? It's going to come out of my mouth in terms of this conversation. But I think the real point I'm really trying to circle back to with her is that she was given all these society norms, and she was able to release those norms and gain back some of her freedom, because she said, I did remove the hair. And you can imagine how much hair is on her body. I know when I'm shaving my legs, I'm like, okay, I just did it 2 days ago. What the heck? So this girl has a lot of hair, but imagine her trying to do that upkeep. And she said, every time I shaved it or cut it, whatever, it would come back with a vengeance, even thicker, stronger, whatever. And she was like, I have more freedom because enough is enough. She probably, on average, every week was probably spending 2-3 days maintaining, trying to cut that hair off and down. Just want to throw that out there. Julius, I'm coming to you.
I appreciate her self-confidence and self-love for herself.
Mm-hmm.
I have been with tons and tons of hairy men. Some of them are majorly clean. I have experienced the other side, but I digress in my Sophia Petrillo voice. You know, she had to work to get to that self-confidence. And so I'm going to leave it at a positive note because I believe the ones who spoke before me, they very elegantly and perfectly and empathetically shared the other side in that standpoint, but at the same time giving her praise for her confidence, and that's where I'm gonna leave it.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Bunny, you're up.
If this is her, if she feels like this is how she's living her truth and being her most authentic self, more power to her. Because, like, with women especially, like, a lot of the upkeep we have to do to, to present ourselves, basically how we've been conditioned to look at how being a woman and how to keep yourself up, it could be annoying. Like, I mean, I feel like we all gotten used to it, so like she's doing something that's outside of the norm, but I admire the confidence, just like echoing the same thing everybody else said. But if this is her living her being her most authentic self by letting her hair grow, if she likes it, I love it for her.
Yeah. So you know what? I think here I just came to me, and Emmanuel, I'm about to come to you. When I first started going gray, when I started going gray very young, but mine came like around the edges here, right? And at that time I was wearing a bob and I was perming my hair. So I was perming my hair, I was wearing a bob. So the bob always covered my gray hairs, right? The very first one I got, I plucked it out of my head. I was like, went to the mirror close, like, oh my God, what is that? Right. And I plucked it out. Right. And so then after a while, I was okay because I had a bob. Stay muted, please, if you're not talking to me yet. I had a bob, so you couldn't see it underneath, right? Then as it progressed, I started to color my hair. So now per week, I was spending hours because I will always get my hair done every week. I was spending hours in the salon, like when I really had to color my hair, because the color is just like, it doesn't start from there. So by the time I colored my hair, 1 week I was maybe color my hair. Maybe the next week or whatever, 2 weeks I had to perm my hair. So I was like living in the salon. It was like hours. I was reading whole books, waiting in the salon to do whatever process I had to do to my hair. Now, I always loved my clothes. And one day I got my hair colored, and the shirt I had on, it had like a pop-up collar. And when she was finished doing my hair, love my hairdresser, there was dye on my shirt. I almost passed out. And you know what? I went home and I thought about it. I never forget. I went to the city to see my dad, and I walked past the barbershop, and that barbershop was just calling my name. And I went in that barbershop, and I told the man, cut my hair off. He said, you sure? I said, cut it off. My sister was with me. She said, you sure? I said, I'm done. Cut it off. I shaved it all off. He kept saying, no, you want me to leave a little bit? I'm like, take it all off. And I was done. And from that day on, I never colored my hair again. I released it. And when I released it, I felt so good. I felt so free. So I understand her story because it's about the freedom you feel when you don't feel like you have to stay trapped in a situation that everybody else or society tells you have to stay in. I could give you more to that story, but I promise you, I was on 125th Street in New York. I could see the barbershop in my head right now. I walked by and I saw myself in a reflection, and that I said, I'm done with this. I'm done. And at first, because gray is stubborn. So I'm just saying that I'm connecting more to the peace of the freedom she feels by not having to stay with this upkeep, because that's what society feels is the right thing to do. And she even mentioned in there, people just think because you have hair on you, you're not hygienic. Like, I mean, if you take a bath, you take a bath. I know people that had no hair on their body and they straight stink. If you know how to groom yourself and take care of yourself, you know how to groom yourself and take care of yourself. Emmanuel, you up? Thank you for letting me share that story. Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Well, first let me say, I don't mean to disrespect nobody. I love everybody, so let me give that disclaimer. I understand what you're trying to say, like what the point is, and I agree. I mean, good for her. If that's what makes her happy, and that's what causes her to love herself and fully accept her own body and everything. That's amazing. But at the same time, I would say like you should also kind of be prepared for what's gonna come with that. Because like I'm gonna be honest, I don't prefer that because to be honest, I kind of associate like a hairy body with a man, and I don't want a man. Like I want a woman. So like I wouldn't touch that. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think that I don't know, just like a personal preference. I don't. Yeah.
I hear you, Emmanuel. And this, listen, we all talking here, and so there's no shade to anybody, and everybody feel the way they feel. I'm okay with that. But I want to say this too. It's funny how we rather have somebody that aesthetically looks good and is jacked up on the inside instead of somebody who can be their true self and is good all over, all the way around.
But I think like even for women, like let me ask you something. Like be honest, y'all women, would you rather have a man who has like a nice, like clean shaved beard and mustache, or would you, like over like a hairy, ungroomed beard? You would probably take the
Clean
one
and
that's
shaved.
Right, I'll let y'all speak, but you know what I want, Manuel? I want a good person. Damn the looks. Listen, I done been with it all. Look like you'd be on GQ magazine. But you know what I learned? But again, I'm 53. I'll be 54 in March. Child, I'll take a good person over anything with a good heart. Don't forget the looks. I wouldn't care if you got one leg. I want a good person. Listen, aesthetic stuff you can always fix. And can I tell you this? When a person love you, if that's what you really want, men are easy. They will whatever you want, they will do. But I can't change your heart. I can't change your soul. I can't turn you into a good person if you the devil. I can't do nothing with that. Bring me somebody good, and it'll be a whole different story by the time it's done. They'll come in this house one way and walk out another. But and that's if they want to, right? But a good heart is what matters. And that girl, when she get with a man, that man gonna truly love her. Because that's what it is. I'm going to spin back around because I know some people have some more to say. In my opinion, did you have something else you wanted to add?
Yeah, I think everybody took it the wrong way. I don't grow hair like obviously she do, because I don't have the hair she was showing on her chest and her back. I've never seen that on a woman. I'm serious. I've never seen that. I grow hair up under my arms and in the private areas, but that's it. I don't have to shave. Luckily, I was blessed. I don't grow facial hair, none of that. So, like I said, I keep mine clean because just the feminine thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never been able to smell different
Listen,
smells.
right. Nobody has to defend their opinion. We're fine with everybody. Over here, we catch your
Oh,
train.
I know, Diva, but I was just saying I didn't want to make it seem like I was judging her. Like I said, everybody's different, and that's what makes us beautiful, that we all can be our different selves. And yes, there's somebody out there for everybody. And I'm a cold-hearted believer of that, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I wasn't my husband type and he wasn't mine when we met. And look at us now. You know what I'm saying? So
there you go. Boom. Felicia, I know you wanted to add something.
I do. I think this might be a generational gap. Okay, so and I'm willing to accept that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've shared with folks before that my happy place is to go down to the Caribbean somewhere and go onto the beach and take in all that sun and beautiful water. And I'm out there for hours. And if we're going to talk about what's acceptable or not acceptable, what's the norm or what should be the norm, I'd like to raise my hand and start a movement for having all these large-breasted men out there uncovered. I want men to have to start wearing undergarments and holding those big breasts of theirs down. I am so done with all the judgment on women and their bodies and how they walk and how they talk and what they had done to uplift or reduce all of this. And we are very, very stuck on what a female's body should look like who chooses to go with what was given to her. I'm somewhat shocked. Maybe it's the community I live in, but there's a whole bunch of clean looking men out here that they do smell and they are overweight and they are out of shape. And they get women coming for them all the time. Let me tell you this. A lot of them don't have no job. You know why I know? Because when I leave for work, they're out on the corner. And when I come back, they're out on the corner. But you know, when we value what we value, this is where we are right now. Is what you look like, not who you are. And we're wondering why we're failing in relationships.
Come on, you better talk.
We're wondering why we have so many single mamas out here.
Whoa. Come on now.
Because let me, and correct me, all right? Because what I'm hearing is, oh, if you clean shaved, you don't got no body hair, you good. You're a good match for me. How sad is this? This is part of what I believe is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So someone who loves themselves, that has a situation that's natural, that they grow a lot of hair, and they got tired of the battle, you know, and having to constantly take on other people's judgments, says, you know what, I'm going to leave that where it is. And I'm going to move on and live with me and who I am.
Come on now.
Oh, I don't find that person attractive. No, you got to be waxed down, or you have to have had all that laser treatment. And meanwhile, the person could be unkind, not generous, a liar, a thief, manipulating you, torturing you. But when I look at them, they're appeasing to me. Well, good luck with that. And can we please start a petition to have these large-breasted men start wearing undergarments to hold up them big tatas? Because I'm really done with that. Thank you.
I appreciate you. Anybody else before I show this feel-good story?
Yeah, let's
Can I
make
say one
space
more?
for men.
Go ahead. What did you say, E?
Let's make the Spanx for men. Woo!
They have.
I just wanted to say,
yes.
Last thing. I think we can have both, because what I'm hearing is like, well, I would rather have someone who has a beautiful personality. I think you can have both. You can have someone who's beautiful inside and outside. You know what I mean? Like, you can have both. Because what if somebody, I guess she loves herself. What if somebody said, well, you know what? I love myself. I ain't going to shower no more. You know? Diva disagrees.
No, you know, I think that see, when I got out this story was it wasn't even about the hair on her body anymore for me. I think that's probably was part of our disconnect, right? It wasn't even about the hair on her body anymore. It was about this girl's confidence to say, this is who I am. I'm going to be who I am. And I'm strong enough to stand with who I am, that if somebody comes into my space and they don't like who I am. See, a lot of times, consciously and unconsciously, we meet people and they always want to change you. Why do you wear them clothes? Why do you walk like that? Why do you eat like that? Why do you talk like that? I would love to see you in XYZ. And it shakes your confidence and it messes with your mind. And then you're always chasing to figure out who you should be because that person you let into your space, they don't know who they are. And that's why they're bothered and they want to fix you because they really want to fix themselves and they ain't happy with themselves. This conversation could be deeper, right? But I'm going to say this and I'll leave this here. It took me a while, but I know who I am. And there's nobody that could come in my space and change me and shake me. It's like what I love and the message I will hope that everybody will get from her is be who you are. Don't change into what somebody else wants you to be. So what I also love is she said clearly, and that's what made me really want to do this story. The guy didn't like her here, or he didn't like that or whatever. She left. She didn't ask him why. She didn't try to convince him to like it. She left. She left. And I said, well, look at this chick right here. She ain't going to take that razor to that body for nothing. So forget about the hair and replace that with whatever it is that people want you to change or try to tell you to change so you can fit some standard that is driving you crazy. So I got past the hair. It was no longer about the hair for me. It's about her confidence and about the lesson I think she could teach many. Unconsciously, we do a lot of stuff because somewhere we was told that's how it's supposed to be done, or it's what society accepts as beauty, or whatever else the case may be. Robin threw something in the chat with all these young kids that got kicked out of the school because they had the locks in their hair. It's no different. I know we're seeing her story with the hair on her body, but what's the difference? It's a societal thing that somewhere somebody wrote in some bylaws at a school that my kid that looks like me can't come with these locks in his hair. Because you know why? They say a whole lot of things about locks, about it not hygienic and all of that. So translate her story, the hair on her body, to the next thing that the society is telling us to do that's not acceptable because it means X, Y, Z. You know how many people that's just because of the color of our skin? It means we dirty, we're greedy, we're broke, we're always begging for something. There's some places in stores we walk in, they don't know us, they don't see us. Just because they see a dark skin, they got all of this stuff around it, being followed around the store. Because those people still. So it was bigger than her hair for me, and I'm not saying anybody got to get there with me. But later on, circle back to that story. I attached the article in this description of this video. It's bigger than the hair on her body. It really is.
I see what you're saying. You're saying that because everybody because of the story about hair, but what you're saying is she's freeing herself to be whoever she wants to be.
Come on now,
she's not worried about what people are thinking about her.
Come on
so
now.
I get that part. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I get you. I really do. I get you. She's being free. She wanted to do what she wanted to do. She has a free spirit, and if nobody don't like her for that, then oh well. So I get exactly what you're saying. I mean, that's not even just with hair. That's with anything else. You know, you have some women that that's not attractive looking or whatsoever, but they get their hair and stuff done, and that'd be like one of the best looking women that you can see. So it all depends on that person. But I got exactly what you're saying. You don't do things to make people happy. You do things to make yourself happy. So therefore, you'll be happy in life. And if you're happy in life, the person that gets with you, they should have that same happiness too. So I got you, girl. I got you.
Diva, if I may, I think I can also add to what you just said because you took it to another level.
Mm-hmm.
During the pandemic, many women who used color or relaxer or perms or whatever couldn't get to the stylist. Okay,
come on,
couldn't
talk.
get there.
Come on,
I was one of them.
So
they were telling me, well, you know what you can do. They got these people in Harlem. You go through a back door down into the basement.
No, I
heard that because I was in panic mode. I am now like 14 weeks out without having gotten a touch up. The hair is breaking off. Okay. And I'm like, what am I going to do? So I decided I'm going to go natural. So, most of us were working remote for quite some time. And I welcome back my natural hair.
Come on now.
Now it's time to go back to that corporate world.
I
hadn't worn my hair in a natural for 2 decades. That was a big transition period for me. Because I was like, okay, so what am I going to look like now, right? How am I going to present myself now? So the hair was in transition. I was in transition, but we worked it out.
Come on now.
So now I go in with this big head of wild natural hair. I got what I call my foxy brown. Yes, I do.
Come on.
And you know what? My sister co-worker said, okay, that's how we doing it now. So if you go into work now, into those corporate spaces, I don't know about you all, but for me, I see so many women of color wearing their natural hair in twists, in boho locks, in natural sense, curly froze, bohemian fro. We're doing it, okay? And it's now become okay. There was a time when it wasn't okay. So these transitions that are happening are breaking those norms. That sister is breaking the norm. She told somebody else, it's okay, you're hairy. Work with it. So that's what's going on. And I'm sure there's other people in the chat had the same thing happen to them.
Facts, Felicia. Facts. I appreciate it. Now, can I tell you, now I don't care if it's raining outside. I used to be, oh my God, it's raining my hair. I don't give a darn if it's raining, sleet, snow, whatever. I could go out on free. It's a different type of freedom. And I'm not saying that anybody has to do it, but the point is the point with that story. I'm going to move forward. I want to thank y'all for having this conversation. And I appreciate everyone's comments on it. I really do. And when you get an opportunity, because there's a lot of times with me, things have to marinate. Sometimes it be years later, sometimes it's weeks, sometimes it's days. And I'm like, I see the lesson in that story now, or whatever. So I'm going to move on to the feel-good story.
Hold on 1 second, Diva. Let me say something real quick. Women, be careful about putting those chemical perms in your hair because they're causing women to have ovarian cancer and different types of cancers. Just be careful. That's it.
Okay, I'm going to move into the feel-good story. And there you have it.
Diva, you're going to help me keep crying every night now.
That was beautiful.
That was a beautiful story.
So listen, guys, y'all know how I feel. If you didn't hit the like button coming in, hit the like button going out. Remember what's important in the world. Some of us, I think we forget that, or we just don't think about it. What a beautiful thing that son did for his father. And to do it, he had to get up every morning before school, worked out, and practice, even when there wasn't practice. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Hit that like button. If you didn't hit it coming in, hit it going out. I'll see you next time. Have a good night and have a good weekend. Bye, everybody.
Do not cheat the diva.